Sometimes meaning disappears, not because it's lost, but because there's too much sound around it. I noticed this most clearly when I stopped doing anything at all. No seeking, no fixing, just sitting long enough for the body to remember how to breathe without instruction. Breath doesn't announce itself. It doesn't ask permission. It simply keeps happening, even when attention forgets it. And when I stay with it, not controlling it, not improving it, something subtle changes. Thought slows, but not dramatically. More like it loosens its grip, as if the mind realizes it doesn't need to narrate every moment for reality to continue. We usually think silence is the absence of sound, but silence feels more like the absence of demand. Nothing asking to be interpreted, nothing insisting on meaning. Breath moves in this silence effortlessly, rhythmically, like it knows something the mind hasn't caught up to yet. I might be wrong, but it feels like meaning doesn't originate in thought at all. It arises in the space where thought pauses long enough to listen. And that space isn't empty. It's dense, alive, almost intelligent, as if awareness itself uses silence as its language. When attention settles into breath, something strange happens to time. Seconds stop stacking neatly. The future stops leaning forward. Memory loses urgency. There's no clear boundary between one inhale and the next, just continuity. And in that continuity, the question of meaning feels different. Less philosophical, more intimate. Not, what does this mean, but why did I assume it needed meaning in the first place? Breath doesn't justify itself. It doesn't explain its purpose. And yet, everything depends on it. That feels important. Uncomfortable, even, because it suggests that what sustains us may not require our understanding at all. The old texts seem to circle this quietly, not loudly stating it, not insisting, just pointing attention again and again toward breath, toward sound dissolving into silence, toward speech retreating into its source, not as techniques, as recognitions, as if they noticed long ago that when breath is seen clearly, something deeper begins to reveal itself without effort. The mind starts to sense that meaning is not manufactured, it's perceived, and perception sharpens not through more input, but through subtraction. I notice how much of daily life is spent filling gaps, noise over silence, thought over sensation, explanation over presence. And when those fillers fall away, even briefly, there's a slight unease, a vulnerability, as if identity itself depended on constant commentary to stay intact. In silence, that commentary weakens. Breath continues anyway. Awareness remains anyway. And the question quietly shifts from who am I to what remains when I stop saying who I am. There's no answer here, just a soft recognition that silence isn't empty, breath isn't mechanical, and meaning isn't something we invented. Something that reveals itself when interference drops. Maybe that's why these teachings don't rush, why they slow speech, soften sound, refine attention. Not to arrive somewhere else, but to notice what was already present beneath all the movement. And somewhere here, without being named, a deeper inquiry prepares itself. Because once silence is trusted, once breath is seen as more than air, the need to look outward weakens. Something turns inward naturally, not as withdrawal, but as intimacy, and the journey doesn't end. It becomes quieter, more precise, less interested in explanations, more interested in direct seeing, and whatever comes next will not come as noise, but as recognition.